Hello everyone and welcome to my bold and beautiful Today Update channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Katie shocks Carter, raging Ridge fights back against Eric. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for Tuesday, September 12 reveal that Eric Forrest will remain riled up during Brooke Logan's visit to the Forrester mansion. Brooke was excited to learn Eric had teamed up with R.J. Forrester on some new designs, but her joy was quickly replaced by concern once Eric made it clear that he was standing against Ridge Forrester. Eric intends to move forward with his final fashion line regardless of what Ridge thinks, so he'll announce that he's not backing down. After Eric warns that Ridge needs to be at the top of his game, he'll insist Brooke should tell Ridge that since he's coming for him, Brooke will indeed take that message back to Ridge, who'll realize he'll have to fight back. What's on CBS Bold and the beautiful episode Tuesday, September 12? Ridge will declare that he's running Forrester Creations and playing in another league, so he'll plan to protect the future of the company, even if that means Eric truly gets cast aside. Brooke will worry about the conflict that's steadily getting worse between Eric and Ridge, but there won't be anything she can do to stop it right now. Meanwhile, Katie Logan will surprise Carter Walton by understanding Ridge's perspective on Tuesday's B&B episode. Of course, Carter will argue that Forrester Creations wouldn't be what it is today without Eric. None of them would have the jobs they have now or be celebrating success if Eric hadn't paved the way. Katie will get that, but she'll also feel like it's important to keep evolving and looking to the future. Carter and Katie will have a little disagreement about whose side is the right one, so Eric and Ridge's clashing will affect them along with other characters. As for Donna Logan, she mentioned that she'd be picking up some art supplies from the new intern, but she promised Eric that this girl is sweet and that she can be discreet. It sounds like the show's already laying the groundwork for Lisa Yamada's first appearance as Luna later this week. There could be a bit more talk about this new intern on Tuesday as B&B prepares for her debut. Until then, fans can expect a couple of models to pop back up and show off some fantastic gowns. Both Petra and Sloane will appear, so be sure to tune in and check out the latest fashions they're wearing. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say the Forrester family will be divided as Eric and Ridge's conflict escalates, so stay tuned for updates on all the terrible news they'll lead to. Eric issues a warning, RG enjoys designing, Thomas has an idea. The bold and the beautiful recap for Monday, September 11, 2023, indicate that R.J. Forrester continues to help Eric Forrester. R.G. is trying something different. Eric says the design is in R.J.'s blood. R.G. says Eric has taught him a lot. Brooke Logan and Ridge Forrester discuss Hope Logan's love life. Ridge reminds Brooke of his mother's meddling and how that worked out. Ridge says they are adults and can work this out. Carter Walton says Thomas Forrester is responsible for his stress. Carter tells Thomas how proud Ridge is of him. Thomas and RG talk about how hard it was to regain Ridge's trust. Carter says it must have been harder because RG is back. Carter says it is good that RG and Thomas aren't at odds. That could have been hard on Ridge. Carter appreciates that coffee. Carter asks if RG has ever talked about getting into the business. Carter talks about all of the guys who were mentored by Eric. Thomas says they have the design front covered. Brooke Logan worried about R.J. Forrester. The bold and the beautiful spoilers Ridge and Brooke discuss R.J.'s habits. Ridge thinks that R.J. could be the greatest designer yet. Ridge wants Donna to take Eric on a trip or something. Ridge has the stress of the company covered. Ridge says his father was a fashion icon. Ridge says everything is all good. Eric should go and take it easy. Brooke will go talk to Donna since she was going to see her today anyway. Thomas stops by and looks at Ridge's designs. Thomas wants Ridge to know how grateful he is to be back at Forrester. Thomas tells Ridge about his conversation with Carter. Ridge is proud of Thomas. Thomas tells Ridge he wants to collaborate with him more. Ridge is worried about Eric. Ridge thinks they have the company covered without Eric. Eric Forrester is determined to create this line. Eric continues to help RJ to design these dresses. Eric explains how design works. Donna Logan joins Eric and RJ. Eric contributes his happiness to RJ. Donna says it looks like a design studio there. Donna is having art supplies delivered. Eric says Donna is his inspiration. Eric sends Donna off to amuse herself while he and RJ work. Eric plays piano as RG works. Donna loves it when Eric plays. Eric says the therapist says this is good for him. Eric wants to have drinks afterward. Donna said she needs to run through the design studio more often. Eric wants this to be a surprise for Ridge too. Eric tweaks the design after playing the piano. FJ says it is amazing what Eric has done. Brooke comes in and sees them working. Brooke asks what is going on. Brooke says Ridge is going to be so excited. Eric says they wanted some privacy. Eric says he is doing a solo line. Brooke says that Ridge is the head of Couture. Eric tells Brooke he is designing a new line with RJ and no one is going to stop him, not even Ridge. Shots are fired across the bold and the beautiful recap highlights. In addition, Ridge continues to fail to get the message and curious Carter noses into Forrester family business. Now let's dig a little deeper into what exactly happened. Master and Commander. The Forrester manse was abuzz with a peculiar energy and mannequins and fabric swatches and sketch pads and pencils. RG good-naturedly huffed that he didn't exactly know what he was getting himself into when he agreed to help his granddad, but granted that, so far, the collab had been worth it. Eric could but agree. After waxing on about how design is in the Forrester blood that flows through RJ's veins, it actually doesn't. But if Bradley Bell doesn't want you to remember that Ridge and his offspring are, technically, Maroons, why do so? Eric settled in for a tinkle on the piano as the music has a way of unlocking his creative potential. And don't even think about asking how/why Eric can tickle the ivories but can't hold and operate a pencil. Donna cooed over Eric and RG's efforts, lapped up the compliments they showered on her, and guffawed that Eric's commitment to producing his magnum opus would mean missing out on a royal shindig. Brooke, having been tasked by Ridge to go and convince Eric to live out his twilight years well and truly away from the company, was pleased as punch as to her favorite ex-husband and her son, whom she and Ridge have assumed was spending all his free time with a girlfriend, designing together. But why weren't they doing it at the office? Eric growls that he wanted privacy, and Brooke took great exception. Equally galling was hearing that Eric was doing a solo line without Ridge's involvement, despite him being the head of Couture and head of the company. And I'm Eric Forrester, sassed the one and only, who then added, I'm designing a new line with my grandson. No one's going to stop me, not even Ridge. Onward and upward over at Forrester Creations, Carter sings Thomas's praises and wonders if there have been any tensions in the family since RG returned to town. Thomas insisted that there wasn't. He and his half-brother are cool. But sure, family dynamics can be complicated, especially given the lengths Thomas has gone to in recent years. Luckily, Forresters stick together. Speaking of the Forrester family, Carter wondered if Thomas had any insight into how the company would be run when Eric officially retired. He did not, though he admitted to being fairly certain things would just go on very much as they are now with Steffi and Ridge managing things. Later, Thomas joined Ridge in the disputed territory formerly known as Eric's office and listened as his daddy prattled on and on about how he wished Eric would just go off and live his best life and leave the running of the company to the younger generations. Brooke has a message for her husband Bold, and the beautiful spoilers highlights. Things around the Forrester Creations office haven't been sunshine and roses lately. Eric and Ridge aren't exactly getting along nowadays, causing a lot of stress and tension. It seems Eric is nearing his breaking point because he reaches out to Brooke. Don't shoot the messenger. Not only does Eric open up to his ex-wife and current daughter-in-law, he also asks her to deliver a message to his son. Brooke is more than happy to oblige, even if she doesn't like what that message may be. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.